life, future life, bad karma, good karma, all these complications, no need. Just bring God up there, will take care of us. Very simple. That is very suitable. And it brings some peace of mind for certain people. It is working. It is still good. We are not criticizing that it doesn't work. It works for certain people, of course. So for them, this is the only thing that they can digest. So that is more suitable for them. But for intelligent people, it is not suitable, okay? So I said that in the world, there's a very limited number of intelligent people. So Buddhists are not very big in number. Okay, so that I think this is my opinion. Then here this what do you call that? Here dedication, we talked about the general dedication. Here dedication, whatever virtue I may have gathered here, may it bring benefits to the migrating beings, to the Buddha's teaching, and to the Buddha. May it make the essence of Buddha's doctrine, and especially the teaching of Venerable Lama Tsongkhapa, shine for a long time. Okay, so we dedicate to remain the teaching of Venerable Lama Tsongkhapa for a long time in this world. That dedication, and dedication, it is dedication, and it is also prayer. It is also supplication. But if it is supplication, not necessarily to be dedication. Okay, and then offering of mandala. This ground anointed, and what is this? What does it mean? Anointed with perfume. The ground, that means the, that means the, what do you call it? The plate where we offer the mandala, right? So that the ground anointed with perfume. Here Sashi, means that means incense. He said anointed with perfume. Anyway. And then what is it? What is that? Yeah. Strewn with flowers. Huh? Oh yeah. Adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. Make the offering. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. That you understand, right? Because we discussed about the offering. That's the same. Yesterday we discussed about how to make offerings. That is the same. You can make this offering. And then this is the mantra of Tsongkhapa. The mantra of Tsongkhapa. It says down there on the page number 18. Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of objectless compassion. Manjushri, master of flawless wisdom. Tsongkhapa, crown jewel of snowlands, sages. Lama Tsongkhapa, I make request at your holy feet. I make request at your holy feet. So this is considered a very powerful mantra, and because to help all sentient beings, what kinds of tools we need? We need wisdom. Because without wisdom, we cannot help all sentient beings. If you don't know how to help them, then how you can help them? There's no way to help them. So there's one tool you need. And then loving kindness. Even if you know everything, you have the wisdom. If you don't have loving kindness feeling for others, then you can be biased. You will give the proper guidance to the people or to the beings whom you love, but you may not give the proper guidance to the people whom you dislike or whom you don't, whom you hate. So you have to have loving kindness for all sentient beings, the equal loving kindness. Second one, right? And third one is not mentioned here in these sentences, but that is what do you call that? Tawa, Bhajapani, La. You say something? Bhajapani, yeah. Power. Even if you have wisdom and you have loving kindness, but you have to have the skill how to handle, So that power you need. If you don't have that skills and the power, then sometimes you may not be able to help others. So that is Bhajapani. So when we say the 5 sentences Miksema, then there's a word of Vajrapani. But when this is the original Miksema mantra, that is 4 sentences. So that is the Vajrapani word is not said here clearly. But Tsongkhapa is considered the embodiment of Manjushri, the wisdom. Tsongkhapa is considered the embodiment of loving kindness, that is our Avalokiteshvara, Kuan Yin. What? Kuan Yin. Manjushris? Wanshu Posa. Wanshu Posa is Manjushri, and then Vajrapani? Jingangso. Okay. Jingangso, Vajrapani, that and Tsongkhapa is also the embodiment of Jingangso. Okay. Vajrapani, that is the power, skill. Actually, the first sentence is the Avalokiteshvara, the great treasure of the great treasure of compassion. The Avalokiteshvara is a kind of synonym for the loving kindness of all the Buddhas. So all the Buddha's loving kindness put together, transformed into a form that is Kuan Yin Pusa. Okay? Understand? And then Manjushri, master of flawless wisdom. So the wisdom that is stainless wisdom. Hare Pusa. Vanshupusa. Vanshupusa is the embodiment of all the wisdom of all the Buddhas. And then, actually, this was written by himself and offered as a prayer to his guru, Lama Umapa, his guru Lama Umapa. So, one of his root gurus, Tsongkhapa's root gurus, the Sakyapa, he was a Sakyapa. That time, Gelug tradition is yet to be born, you know. So, Sakyapa, Lama Umapa was one of his root gurus, and then the main guru actually. So he composed this prayer to his Tsongkhapa, his guru, the Shunu Rendawa, Shunu Lotu. His name was Rendawa Shunu Lotu. So he said the two sentences at the beginning, that is exactly the one that we have just read. And the second and third and fourth one was like, Tsongkhapa, crown jewel of snowland sages. So he said, Rendawa, crown jewel of snowland sages. And then Losang Thapa, I may represent your holy feet. And then original one was Shunu Lotu, I may represent your holy feet. That was the original. Then his guru Shunu Rendawa. And then he said, oh, this prayer is not suitable for me. It is more suitable with you. So I give it back to you, he said. And then he changed the words, this third and fourth words. Instead of Rendawa, he put Tsongkhapa. Instead of Shurulutu, he put Losang Thapa. And then he gave this prayer back to Tsongkhapa. So this prayer is written by two great gurus of Tibetan Buddhism. And then when you think about the meaning, like objectless compassion. Objectless compassion doesn't mean that compassion doesn't have an object. That compassion has an object. All sentient beings are the object of that compassion. But when you talk about the compassion with the understanding of emptiness, when the compassion becomes with the understanding of emptiness, the compassion itself doesn't exist in the true nature. All sentient beings don't exist in true nature. So in true nature, everything is empty. So that is the meaning of objectless compassion. Understand? Clear? So this doesn't mean this compassion has no object. So this is talking about. So this compassion should be the emptiness and the compassion, the wisdom side and the matter side. These two should be always combined. So the understanding of emptiness, the influence of understanding of emptiness should be there when you are practicing loving kindness. And the feeling of loving kindness, influence of feeling of loving kindness should be there when you realize or when you are meditating on emptiness. So that is how you combine. It cannot be, the compassion cannot be emptiness. Emptiness cannot be compassion. But how to combine, that is the way how you combine. Then it influences each other. So it becomes stronger to work together. And then rest you understand, right? There's no problem. So you make mandala offering, and then you recite this mantra, and at that time you can visualize you have already in front of you, you have visualized the Tsongkhapa, the your guru is the former Tsongkhapa. So you can also visualize from his heart the light coming out of his heart. White light, whitish light with rays coming out of his heart, get into your crown. Or you can also visualize that from the Tsongkhapa's heart and from the heart of the two sons, similar nectar, light, in the nature of nectar, with rays came out from the heart, like water, white water coming from a pipe, coming from the tap, And here, three get together, become one, and get into your crown, and then get into your body. And then you can visualize from the crown to the downwards all the stains, contaminations, bad karmas, sicknesses, destructive emotions. And if you have any particular sickness, then you can think of that particular sickness, disease. All are being wiped downwards with that water. So water touches all these negativities, and then it automatically wipes downwards. There is no way to remain there. There is no way to remain somewhere hidden behind somewhere or in some corner. There is no way. It is fully wiped, and then get out of your holes everywhere down there. From our body is filled with holes, actually, right? So you can visualize from all the holes, all negativities are getting out. Then went down in the ground, and disappear. I think this is better. There are other way of visualizations, but disappear is better. It disappears. Okay. I'm finished. Now you're clean. And you visualize that I became very clean, totally purified. Again, nectar, light with rays come. This time filled from the bottom to top. And then you can think that it's pouring, it overflows, all the dirts, remaining dirts, they come out. If you put water, overflow, all come out, right? Similarly, all remaining or leftovers all come out of your body. All gone, absolutely pure. And then third visualization, third count visualization, that is again nectar. Light, get into your body, fill your body with light. And it is like just switch on the light bulb, switch on your light, and the darkness is immediately gone. As soon as you switch on the light, there's no place for darkness. As soon as you receive the nectar, there's no place for negativity within yourself. all negativities and bad karmas, and you are, that is gone. That is gone. You know. So you practice in that way. You can repeat as many as possible, and then also, again, you can receive that nectar into you. Your body is filled with that nectar, whitish, milkish nectar from top to bottom. Your body is, filled with that nectar, and nectar means you feel great bliss, joy. You can visualize that. And you can also visualize you got all the blessings, and you got the wisdom to understand karmic system. You received the wisdom from the Guru Tsongkhapa to understand the meaning of emptiness. You got the blessings from Guru Tsongkhapa to be able to generate bodhichitta within yourself very fast. All this kind of visualization is very important and very effective. And if we practice in that way. And then also there are some practices how to improve your intelligence, wisdom or intelligence. So I don't have the text, I don't remember everything clearly right now. So we may, if someone is interested to do the retreat, because maybe you have to do a retreat to increase the wisdom, So it is very effective. This is like when I was young, I was not that intelligent. When I was studying, I don't like to study. When I was 10 years old, I started study of Buddhist philosophy, logic. First, we have to study logic. So I studied logic, but in the class, I'm one of the worst students in the class, who sits behind rows, don't sit in front rows, And I had no interest to study that. It was I have to go. In the schools, the kids, they have to go. They don't have. I don't think most of the students, they don't have interest from their own, So similarly, I was like that. And then we have to do debate session. So since I have no interest, I don't pay attention in the class. I have nothing to debate in the debate session. Right? So we have a group, who are, what do you call that? Who are not studying well, who are not interested in studies. So we have a group. So we do debates. We sit together during debate session, and then we gossip, discuss other things. And then the teachers, they come to check from time to time. Then when teachers come, we see the teacher is coming, and then we pretend debating, so like that. So then I didn't have much interest, and I couldn't learn also. I couldn't understand what is being taught to us. So after some time, then I got some interest to study and to learn. And I knew I have left it behind in my class. I'm not one of the best students. Then there was an interest there. I want to be one of the best students. Then I couldn't catch up those students, our best students in my class. And then I did this retreat, to increase my intelligence, to increase the wisdom. So I did 1 month retreat. So it is for this. If you do 1 month retreat. So I did 1 month retreat, and then it was very obvious that my wisdom, my intelligence, my capacity was dramatically changed, increased, and then at the end I was always in the distinction. What is distinction? So my certificate is distinction, because the certificate we get in the final exams, not at the beginning, right? So I was not good at the beginning, but that doesn't matter. Certificate is for the final exams, and final exams, 2 final exams, I was distinction. So that is my own experience that I would like to share with you, so that if you would like to, now you all don't have to go to school, but if you want to increase your wisdom and your intelligence to understand emptiness and to be able to understand other Dhamma things, then maybe it would be useful for you too. So, and how to do that? If you have a particular subject that you want to understand, like Pancharaparamita, you're dull in this subject, then you need some wisdom for that subject. Then you can visualize that from the Tsongkhapas, the text, or from the heart or from the text, the duplicate text coming out of the text in the nature of light. Duplicate text, and that text in the nature of light, and that text is about your subject, IT. You want the IT book coming out? Nowadays, this is IT generation, right? So look, it's a Pancharaparamita book if you want to know. So they're coming out, Pancharaparamita book. Get into your heart. Dissolve into your heart. And it is like, as I told you, switching on the light in the darkness. You got the wisdom. You visualize, you pretend that you got the wisdom. Right? So that through that you get the blessings. And then your understanding of Pancharaparamita will improve. Okay, through the blessings, through purification, and through that particular visualization, you can improve your wisdom or understanding on that subject. Okay. So there are other methods how to do it. Like wisdom is divided in many different categories. The extensive wisdom, the profound wisdom. The extensive wisdom means to understand all the subjects and to know all the teachings, not all, but vast subjects and so forth. And then to profound means the meaning of the deeper meaning of the subject. To understand the deeper meaning of the subject, the real get into the depth of that subject. That is deep wisdom. And then fast wisdom. That is if you get wrong views within yourself, catch it very fast. Oh, that's wrong view. I have to get rid of this right now. Well, sometimes we get wrong view, we don't notice that. We don't take note of that wrong view. And we let it be there. And then it sits there, and then it grows, and then they will overpower you slowly. So we must take a note of that immediately and then kick them out. We must kick them out, right? So that is fast wisdom we have to get. And then clear wisdom. And if you know some subject, but it is not so clear, you can't say you don't know about that. But still you are not fully known or it is not clear. So there's a clear wisdom. So how to get clear wisdom, how to get vast wisdom, how to get deeper wisdom, profound wisdom, how to get fast wisdom, all these are there. Then how to get wisdom of teaching, how to get wisdom of composing or writing, how to get wisdom of what do you call that? Debating. So all these has different visualizations. You can do through different visualizations. So sometimes earlier we think through visualization, through thinking in that way, how it can help you. I mean, if we think about being a millionaire and billionaire all the time, 12 hours a day, can we become a billionaire? So I don't know about that, but the thinking is very powerful, the scientifically proved, right? So, for example, if you're healthy, and the therapists and the psychologists and the psychiatrists and all these, they all talk about that, how you think, how so that that affects. Because if you are sick and then I'm saying now I may not get recovered, if you think negatively, it's very difficult to get cured.